Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is the home of the Pollyanna. And if you're new to the channel, go ahead and like and subscribe and just stay tuned for more content coming soon. I'm sorry for the long wait. I did get started. I had some slack. I'm finally back home. You guys can see I have my own setup, so it's good just to be back. And now what I really want to get into in this video is talking about my favorite stock investing apps. And I mean, honestly, thanks to technology, the apps of themselves, and innovation, it's just made a huge difference. Like, if you think about it, way back when so if you wanted to get into stocks, you would have to call a brokerage, and you would have to set up an account with them, and then every time that you wanted to make a purchase or buy or sell, you had to call them in, and the broker is going to go ahead, and the broker loved every time you called because they're getting commissioned off of each call. So whether you're buying, whether you're selling, they're going to go ahead and they're going to make some money off of that. In my personal opinion, I think these stock investing apps are amazing because they're a great tool that give people the power to decide what to do with their money, and they don't have to go ahead and call these higher institutions. They're able to do it themselves, and it just gives you that sense of power to do what you want to do with your money. And yeah, if you might make a mistake, but I mean, the brokerage could also make a mistake, or if you want to give it to one of these financial institutions, sometimes they go under. So why not trust yourself with your own money? And yeah, it's true, you could still go ahead and use one of those brokerage firms and stuff like that, and you could go ahead and let them do what they want to do with your money. That's totally up to you. Personally, all I'm doing it for is so that I could reach my financial freedom, so that I could be able to do what I want to do, so I could spend my time with who I want to spend my time with, my family, my loved ones, and just so that I don't have to stress over working a 9 to 5 and having to worry about if I'm going to be able to pay my bills, if I'm going to be able to eat that day. And yeah, that's pretty tough, but it's a reality for a lot of people. Now, there is a group of people who think that avocado toast is part of their daily diet. These people are hard into the investing apps, and I mean, for good reason, because a lot of them do not have trading fees, such as M1 Finance, Acorn, Webull, and they're great tools. Give you that sense of power, and with that sense of power, it can be kind of intimidating when you first get started. I mean, when I first got started, it was like 2016, so a few years ago, and I quit. When I first started, I just quit because it seemed pretty hard to me.
That's what she said.
Now that I'm understanding it a little bit better, and I'm able to do what I want to do, and I'm making a little bit more money, I'm able to get into it and understand it better, and I'm not afraid of it anymore. But it can be pretty intimidating when you first get started, so I can admit to that, at least for myself. I can't say that's for everybody. And yes, it's true, there are plenty of investing apps, and I feel like every few months there's a new one joining the game. Cashapp, I saw it just joined, and there's a few others that I probably haven't even heard of yet. Stash, I know they have. So there's a bunch that are just joining, and they're really good. And if you think about it, the more top tier investing apps that there are, the better it is for you and me, because they're all competing for your money. They all want your money in their brokerage account. Therefore, they're all offering these kind of promotions and sign up and incentives. And if you bring friends on, they have these referral programs where you can earn $300, and then you get free stocks and your friend gets free. So they're all offering. For the ones that I do have, I'm going to go ahead and link them in the description
Something went
below.
wrong. Try again in a few seconds.
Stop. So, sorry guys, that's my Google Home. So, again, wow, thank you. So like I was saying, they're offering all these kind of promotions and incentives and all this kind of stuff. So it's super awesome, and it's going to be in the description below. So I'll keep that there so that you guys, if you want to sign up, feel free. If not, it's no harm, no foul. And when it comes down to what is the best investing app, I mean, I'm going to tell you my favorite ones, but it's really all relative. So it depends, because what might be best for me not be best for you, and vice versa. So don't just get stuck in your head, oh, I've heard so much about Robinhood, I heard so much about M1 Finance, I don't think Cashapp is good. You never know. It depends. I mean, some have different features that others don't offer. Some you have a wait list. It gets pretty complicated. But in the end of the day, you just have to do your research and see which one you like and which one fits best for your lifestyle. So yeah, I'm just going to be getting into it in a few moments. I'm just going to be telling you some of my favorite features that the apps have, what I think is pretty cool from them, and why it's like pretty good, why it's good for me and why it's not good for me, why it might be good for you. I mean, you can hear out and see how it might fit for you. But before we do get into these apps, I just want to go ahead and tell you that I'm not a professional and I'm not being paid by any of these companies by any means. And just go ahead and use your own judgment when choosing which one you want to get started with or don't want to get started with. Okay, now, so the first app that I want to go over is Acorn Finance. This is probably the least interactive of the apps that I use, and for me it does get kind of boring, but that doesn't mean bad. So what I mean by that is that boring can be very lucrative in the aspect of investing, and that's why I continuously use Acorns. It's safe, it's safe, easy, and they have professionals behind it. So I'll just get into that in a bit. But like I was saying, back in 2016, this was the first app that I ever used for investing, and I started with measly $5. So yeah, I mean, you could get started investing with just $5. And back in the days when, back how I was saying earlier, where you had to call a broker and you had to it was just a $5 trading fee. So, right there scared people off. So with the $5, now I'm looking on my account is a little over $1,400, and it definitely could be higher if you think about it, 2016 to now, and you think I only have to. I stepped away from it for a few years because again, I didn't really have a job. I was intimidated. My budgeting was terrible, and so like now I'm glad that I'm really getting focused and geared into that. It was pretty boring, but Acorns does really have some nice features. Like, you don't have to worry about putting a certain amount to purchase stocks because they do fractional shares. So let's say you put in $5, they're depending on what level of risk you're willing to take. Like, they have aggressive, moderately aggressive, not aggressive. I can't remember all of them off the top of my head, but yeah, they have different different degrees of risk that you're willing to take. And depending on that, whether you put $5 or $5,000, they're gonna divide the money into fractional shares, and the professionals are gonna spread your money out so that it fits your account type. So that's pretty cool. Now, if you're wanting to go ahead and buy those stocks immediately, it's not gonna work that way. Like, let's say that you saw that Apple dropped $50 and you know that it's gonna rise. This you're not going to be able to buy it at that $50 dip because usually they have their trading windows, and with Acorns it's not like these other apps that I'll be talking about. So if you're wanting a more instant buy, this is not the app for you. Let's move on to an app that is a little bit more instantaneous, and it is popular, which this app is Robinhood. This is another app that I do enjoy, and it does have some scrutiny. It does deserve it to a certain degree, but I still enjoy the app and a lot of the features that they have. And again, like I said, remember I mentioned the wait list. So Robinhood is the one that has the wait list for you to get the fractional shares and to get the money card and all this kind of stuff that they offer. And I get it, of course, like it's the marketing of it, and it keeps anticipation amongst the customers and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty cool. It makes you feel important and all that, but at the same time, you're like, all these other apps, they're brand new and they're already offering this. Why is Robinhood taking so long? And I'm off the waiting list for the fractional shares, and I already got the card that came in too. I got the one with the United States flag on it, so it looks pretty cool. I like it. I'm able to use the money. I'm not gonna use it, but I just thought it was cool to have it. And as you can see, it is pretty cool because you can invest in anything.
Wait a minute, did you say anything? Anything. Anything? Yes, anything. 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 I'll get you, and I'll look like a bloody accident.
So it's, you're not limited to what you could purchase, like in Acorns. In Acorns, it's whatever the professionals choose, and whatever is your account style is what is going to be invested into. Whereas in Robinhood, you select your stocks, and it's pretty cool because you choose what you want to buy. If you want to buy Apple, if you want to buy Home Depot, any company, McDonald's, whatever you want to buy, you're the one choosing it, and however much that you could afford to purchase. And if you're on the waiting list, or if you're off the waiting list for the fractional shares, you can buy fractional shares of it. It's pretty cool. But again, it's the same way that you could purchase anything. You have to be aware because of the fact that you're able to purchase anything. The next investing app that I would like to indulge in is M1 Finance. M1 Finance is currently my favorite investing app that I use, and I just love how aesthetically pleasing it is, and I love the fact that it's so user friendly. It's pretty easy to get the hang of. I just love the fact that they have the pie chart. That pie chart is just a great visualization to be able to see how diversified your portfolio is, and that's really big for me. I'm really big on visuals. So the fact that they have that pie chart and I can see how much percentage and all that kind of stuff that I have into different stocks, it really helps me. Now, obviously, there are other things to worry about when getting into these kind of apps, and it's not just about visuals. It's about if they're able to help you out, how good is the customer service, all this kind of stuff. And I think M1 Finance, I think they're pretty great. They have the same aspect of Acorns, where you get the fractional shares. So however much money you put into your portfolio, they're gonna go ahead and, depending on how you have it spread out by percentages, they're gonna divide the money up that you deposit. I think there's a minimum of $10, I believe. You have to deposit at least $10, but I mean, again, it's not very much to get started, and it's a great way to just get your feet wet and get started into the investing world. And just $10 a week, I mean, if you can start with $10 a week, or even just $10 a month, it doesn't matter how you get started, just get started, because it's just gonna open your eyes, and you're gonna be able to be like, oh, okay, so this is how I get into it. And I mean, that's how it was for me. I started in 2016, put some money in, got scared, took it out, and then now I'm just into it. And M1 Finance is really great. I love that M1 Finance, they have a checking account where it provides 1% minimum APY. And I mean, obviously that's not that much, but with the 1% and then whatever stocks you're investing into, however much you might get back from that each year, it definitely adds up. I myself have been using the free version, and with the free version, you just have to go ahead and make sure that you make your decisions or your buys before 9:30, so that they're able to perform those tasks, because now they're coinciding with the actual stock market. Before, they weren't really doing that. As of, I believe, July, they started doing that. But if you do get M1 Plus, then I believe there's two windows, one at 9:30 and then now at 3:30, right before the market closes, so you'll have more options. But me, myself, I stick with the free version. And the final app that I'm going to be talking about, not too much because I'm just getting started on it, my girlfriend just sent me the referral link, is Webull. Webull, I'm not going to have too much of an opinion on. I've just seen the app a little bit through my girlfriend's phone, and I mean, just from first looks, I didn't really like it, and I'm not sure if I'm going to or not, but I'll go ahead and give you guys a little bit better detail on that later on, when I find out a little bit more about it. So there you guys have it. Those are some of the investing apps that I use. Some of the features that I enjoy, some of the features that I just think are okay. If you want to talk to me a little bit more, you could either comment down below, you could DM me on Instagram, and I'm gonna go ahead and link all that information down below, and the referral links, so that maybe I could earn a free stocks, you guys could earn free stocks, just depending on what promotions that specific app offers. So just be sure that when you're getting started with this investing, that it's not money that you're gonna need in the future. Because to be honest, the stock market is like a glorified casino, and you gotta make sure it's money that you're not gonna absolutely need in the future, because you could easily grow your money times 10 and you could just easily lose it all. So just be wary of that. If you made it this far in the video, I just want to go ahead and give you guys a big thank you. I want to say go ahead and continue comment, like, subscribe, everything. Tell your friends, spread the word, and I'm just glad to be here. So until next time.